600 horse. Yikes.
You're live.
So this is the Senate Transportation Committee. We're about to go live again, and we have maintenance from AOT here to talk about what the winter looked like. Ernie.
Absolutely. Ernie Patno, Director of Maintenance. Happy to be here. So this winter was a real Vermont winter. We had a real one. And then the spring came and it was gone like it never happened. So we spent right around 23 million this winter. And I'll go back in years.
Did you have a slide? Did you submit these? Do we have these on?
I did not have a slide because I wasn't sure exactly. So I brought like everything I had relating to winter.
Okay,
You know,
copies. Because sometimes you have like or is that dashboard a public dashboard?
it is a public dashboard and I could send you the link. I'd be happy to.
Is it on like the DT transparency?
It is. Now,
So 23 is, you need to tell us in relation to the budget, what was that?
so our budget was, 180.
Are we over budget, under budget?
We are right on target to be closing out our fiscal year in the black, right on the cusp, but we're gonna make it. And I have lots of stuff to talk about, anything that you want to talk about, but we spent about 23 and a half million. For the past 5-ish years, it's been 18, 16, 20-ish. The only thing, if you go on the public facing dashboard, we managed to switch our computer vendor and software programs on December 31st.
So maybe can you pull the dashboard from?
Yeah, I'm trying to Patrick. Can you show me which button to click?
If you can do that and then you put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Oh,
find it
you
out.
made it
See if
far.
I can experience it. I don't see it.
Not the right event box.
And I didn't mean for you to wait for me, I'm sorry.
I have a link for it and I did not bring my computer.
Yeah, well, he's working with her. If we can just find that, then
Is it one of these highway
It's a nice,
projects?
it's a nice dashboard.
It's not that one.
Data,
so the budget amount was 23 and a half.
That's what we spent. Yeah.
That's what we spent, but we budgeted for,
The one number I don't have. How embarrassing.
Just a little bit over that.
Yep.
And that's all in. Did we do anything like spend more on this? Because we don't have a budget. I can't remember if you line item, but I'm sure you do somewhere. Salt, sand.
Normally the budget that's presented in here is one number for sure.
But you guys are kind of tracking that.
Oh,
half
yeah.
of salt.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So do you know how we are on as far as like the amount of materials we use?
Absolutely. Yep. And this is what I was saying is the dashboard that you folks are used to seeing now doesn't, it only goes half a year. So we used around 126,000 tons of salt and
so,
We're working on it.
okay,
Went through
put it up on
maintenance.
the screen.
Hold on, I haven't found it.
Winter maintenance.
What, we're working on.
So we do other things in maintenance.
Yep.
So will this, where we ended up with the plowing and that, will it mean that anything else gets cut?
no, we've actually been doing some projects and I think probably you folks have been seeing some of them. So we cut quite a large amount of trees all over the state, all 9 districts. We're able to cut about $100,000 worth of trees.
we
And-
did see that. I got a couple of comments just about it looking bare.
Yeah.
But it was for safety, I presume, so that you don't want the trees falling onto the road.
Anything that can hit the interstate or anything really that hits the pavement, it's until you've seen it, like I've shared before, the accident I went to was a young mom with 3 children,
Oh, yeah.
broke her arm. It was a beautiful day in Stowe and a big silver maple just fell. So it's for safety. And the other thing is it actually helps reduce our sodium chlorides in the soils. because we let the sunlight into the road. The sunlight gets onto the black and it helps that salt work, and then it also helps dry the material faster.
Oh.
And so it's twofold.
So had you done it previously? Cause my constituent said, oh, I've never seen it like this before.
And we've had a lot.
But you've done that before. Okay, good.
Yes.
That's good to know. Okay.
Absolutely. And the other thing about our right of way, especially on the interstate, 50 years ago, there wasn't a tree standing.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's good.
Fence to
Wow.
fence, fence to
Good.
fence, and then traditionally, species such as gray birch, white birch, popple trees, things that don't root well, they just thrive in that environment.
Oh, okay.
And then especially popples, they grow and then they fall down.
Okay,
And you probably only do it once every 20 years or something, so they might not have remembered it.
exactly. Yeah, but that's good to hear. So now I can,
We do small swaths and we try to do it once a year.
okay.
Were you able to find the information you were looking for? I'm so sorry.
I don't really know what I'm looking for though.
Patrick,
Patrick is helping.
Come on, Pat.
Patrick-
We'll get
Somebody over there.
We'll get the link sent to you folks,
That
but
would
we
be
used
great.
130,000 tons of salt, about 1 million
How
gallons.
does that compare to the year?
It's actually, for a normal winter, we have a thing I could send you. We have records 1999, very common. That would be about the most. I think one time we used 200,000 and all the rest of them are like 130. And
Average. So even though there's more snow, we didn't really use them salt.
it's a good thing the winter, died in March.
it is. So last year we used 109,000, if you're interested. Year before, 113,000.
Definitely more.
Year before, 125,000.
Okay.
So for real, the last 2 winters before this were very, very easy winters. And so this was a real winter. Very proud of the fact we're at 130.
Yeah.
Very proud of the fact.
Perfect. Anything else of interest that we should know about going on in maintenance?
No, just that we have the projects going. We did the tree cutting, and then every district is doing culvert work right now. This is money that we budget, that if we have any type of not really surplus, but any type of money available, we all have shovel ready projects. So each district is doing some about $100,000 worth of dirt work right now. That is happening right now.
So, remind me, district leveling goes through you?
District leveling is a partnership between Jeremy Group and myself.
And, if the 7 million and change sticks in there, how many miles does that really mean?
So Jeremy is definitely the expert. It could be wildly different. If you're just shimmying over the top, it goes a long, long ways. If you're rototilling into the dirt, it doesn't go
Does
very far.
Like, is there an average, is there an average within that? For the last 10 years, as we've done $1 million would do how much on for average?
Yeah, so that would definitely be Jeremy's group.
Okay. Okay. As we drop in miles that we're doing, that's one of the only places we can go when a road begins to look really bad. Not everybody's got, you're coming to Montpelier now every day, right?
Yeah. Well, I travel a lot all over. I was in St. Albans yesterday, Montpelier today. Next
Yeah,
week I'll
if you're
probably.
if you're in St. Albans, you travel 50, you know how bad it was with those years that you put us off. We never would have made it through without that Chimco
Right.
that last couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I came through yesterday. They were marking the center line for a top coat, so it'll be even smoother here in a little bit.
That'll be good. You raised the road though. A lot.
So construction is Jeremy, and I hate to throw Jeremy under the bus, but maintenance is, so we plow it. But yes, they did, see, they raised it in a few spots.
Yeah, right by where I'm putting the driveway in this summer, so it's gonna be way more expensive for me. Just saying. Oh, well, you know, the road's much better. I'm not getting yelled at.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So, we haven't really talked about, or I haven't been here, but talked about safety, trends and crashes and that kind of stuff. Do
They
you-
also have a dashboard on that.
Okay, so do they annually, look at that, and do you look at that versus maintenance, and how's it going if you do?
We do, I feel like I'm kind of batting zero here. That's another whole division as well.
Okay.
So, we do look at that from the maintenance aspect, that is, say we have an intersection that it seems to be creating a lot of crashes. We look at the documentation, work with Jeremy's group and see what, what would be happening in the future at that location.
In the past, we've had the safety council, I think they are coming in and present all the data on crashes overall, pedestrian crashes, number of crashes that involve alcohol or drugs,
And then trends, I
and
would,
trends over years. Yeah,
It's very detailed.
yeah, it's interesting.
yeah, so maybe sometime.
If we have time, yeah, if there's a session, the chairs ever listening.
I'm listening, man. I'm looking for that dashboard.
Oh, yeah, and I can find the dashboard. I was just guessing that
We'll get-
that you would, that obviously maintenance
Yep.
is a component, so you're not paying zero. That was helpful to hear you say.
You know. I'm looking for that dashboard still, so,
Okay,
but, I think,
That's good.
we,
I'm headed right back to Berry City Place. I'll get it sent over.
yeah, that'd be great, and then
The- And like,
I'll find it by then.
like I said, please bear with us this year's dashboard. The link that you're gonna get, it'll go to the beginning of when we did dashboards. This year is not correct. And they are, like I said, we're in the middle of a huge IT upgrade. And there's a big red thing on the screen that says that it's not accurate.
it's not accurate, or it just only goes back half a year,
It only goes back half the year.
so just for this, since January or something.
It's like December 27th, I think was the exact date.
So I think at that point, we can go off